Welcome back. So last time I talked about writing on here. The idea came from my tendency to always make the same mistake in my projects. This one is also about that. See, I always forget to add any kind of details to the actual world the whole, story is happening in. So I'm going to do the same thing with this. Stupid world building details, I'm a dumbass, cue title card. Okay, firstly, here's a relatively simple one. Now, of course, this is a Nova video. I can't just be like,
Ooh, how does inflation affect things in-universe? Ooh, how is the value of things determined?
You get the point. I have to put a twist on it. So the first thing we'll consider, what actually is the currency? Because, just regular coins or precious metals or something would be, in some settings at least, missed out potential. If you want your gimmicks to fit their surroundings and, more importantly, stand out, you have to go farther. For example, if you're in a medieval sort of aesthetic and setting, maybe go for something like animal hide. Maybe in a futuristic sci-fi aesthetic, a sort of virtual point system, think Miles from New Horizons. This might sound pretty straightforward, but you have a lot of choices for the theme you want to convey, and even a simple thing can impact your work as a whole. And hey, what you could also do is leave out currency as a whole, and do something more like bartering, all depending on the context of where you're trying to apply it. Think like the New Stone Age. During the Neolithic period, around 9000 to 6000 BCE, with the development of agriculture, trading began to be established, and suddenly people are like,
"Hey, I'll trade you 2 goats for your 3 baskets of grain."
This has been history class with Nova. Damn, the music was the perfect length for the segment. That's a nice transition. Okay, you might be thinking what I mean by relations. Simple, look at this example. Let's say this is the land of Somethingea, and on Somethingea we've got 2 civilizations, the villages of Stupidia and Dumbia. At first, they're friendly. They do some trading with each other, hang out, etc. But then, some Stupidians get attacked by some Dumbia people. Total accident, they just thought the Stupidians were trying to steal their stuff. But now, there's some conflict amongst the people. There's a split in the Stupidia people, because some Stupidia people are mad at the Dumbia people for attacking them, and some of them aren't because it was just a mistake. Then the angry guys split up and make their own village, called Unintelligia. Suddenly, Stupidia is mad at Unintelligia, but back on good terms with Dumbia, who also hates Unintelligia, who in turn hates both Stupidia and Dumbia. Understood? Great. The test begins in 3 minutes. Jokes aside, this is actually the kind of thing that makes your world feel alive. Since the beginning of humankind, we've interacted with each other in different ways. People are social creatures, and almost always we need connections with others to remain mentally well. Society without interaction is like a corkboard with a bunch of disconnected pins. Stuff like alliances, grudges, drama, trades, friendships are the strings connecting the pins on the board. Is this allegory making any sense? Whatever. Anyways, I have literally no idea how to transition into this smoothly. I cast segment 3 bumper. Here's something I forget in real life too. How people talk to each other. No, but seriously. Imagine if you walked into a brand new country, you're the first foreign person there ever. Every settlement is completely different from each other, and somehow they all speak English perfectly, with slang and all. Now, of course, you don't need to invent a whole ass dictionary with unique grammar rules, and most of the time, you probably won't need to actually even make a new way of communication at all. But even little touches can have a lot of importance. Maybe two groups speak the same language but have completely different accents or put different meanings on phrases. When someone says, "That's sick," one thinks it means awesome, while another thinks they're literally dying. What about other things like body language? Maybe some people point with their nose instead of their hands, and outsiders keep thinking they're just sniffing something. Misunderstandings can do a lot, and you can take advantage of that to change the course of a situation. So, in a nutshell, put thought into how something is said, not what is said. If everyone shares the same trait, you risk your world feeling flat and possibly miss out on a good chance to turn things on their heads. Well, that's it. Hope you don't forget to think about things every once in a while. Oh, right, and before this video ends, I have to shout out Magnus for getting the counting channel on the Discord to 50, because he suggested it and I thought it was funny. Anyways, I'm out. See you in the next one.